that that was coming.
They knew that OmniKnight was coming?
Well, no, they knew that the LGD would try and build to counter that Night Stalk. You've been
true.
About.
Yeah, so VirtusPro trying to get some more team fights so they can actually defend their towers with an OmniKnight.
And you got Casey and Slacks now.
They need some kind of powerful mid hero here, right? They need.
Nice.
Yeah.
Casey.
The DP would be good for them, I think, but it's banned out. Queen of Pin is banned as well.
Puck?
I think Puck is a little bit on the weak side for their lineup.
You want more firepower?
Yes.
Yeah, I definitely want something stronger. I could see.
Is the
Invoker?
Invoker is not banned. No, Invoker could be interesting. They have some
no one here,
setups. Yeah. I could see maybe Storm Spirit being good, but it might be a little bit
OD?
Storm.
Yeah, they have like Beast ulti and they have Kunkka X as well. I don't know.
I think Storm looks good, but the problem is if it comes a bit too slow. But they do have Repel. They have like OmniKnight heal.
They
have CM Aura.
CM Aura. I think it's
nighttime. Storm would be good.
Lina.
Alright. I mean, that's a classic with
She hasn't
CM
been
too,
picked
right?
so much lately.
Yeah.
Compared to before. She was very popular during the qualifiers.
And now they are ready to take down TI, I think.
Yeah, looking at this LGD team, TI without any of his old teammates, and so the question became, like, were they holding him back? Did Xiaowei just need to get away from not just Yao, but everyone else on that team, Sylar, who was with him at the time? Now it seems like maybe we've come full circle, and Yao has finally fully stepped in to that role as a captain, as a drafter, as a leader, and has taken LGD very far. But that said, they've got a fearsome opponent here, and VP want to get this party started. And guess who they find? The Jinx is in, and Yao.
Yeah, there's no way that Troll Warlord could be in that kind of forward position without having a BKB. Look at how awkward it was as he got kind of pushed into the right side. If he had BKB there, maybe he considers ground.
Still prowling about here as LGD. Feel quite scared as they line up.
Will Trey a tower. LGD does get the mid-tier one, but here comes the back tab.
They want to fight. They're bringing in 5. The tower's low, but it goes Ramsey's head full of steam. Gets up the stun. They also run in from the rear. Comes Solo with the zoning. Ultimate beat the cross as he brings down 3 with the help of his team. Now on the Somnus. And maybe no calls to be accepted by this Necrophos. He will drop as well as a lone survivor to tell the tale of sadness. Wow.
We're going to watch that one more time. You see in the front line, Sven just goes in, and on the back line, great rotation. It was a zoning one. There was nowhere to go for LGD. They don't get a single player. And now tier 3 VP.
This is what we all knew VP was capable of. This was the reason why we saw swagger and confidence from VirtusPro and someone knocked up for being overly confident, even cocky at times. As mentioned at the summit, going for the, pick a different hero every game, never play the hero twice.
Hey, they want that
strategy. Stage, the version finally taking a game off of one of these top Chinese dogs as LGD find themselves on the ropes.
Yeah, so far I think LGD has not really shown up and played Dota just yet. They had resemblance of showing up and play Dota. They made some good moves, but ultimately, I think they didn't execute the Dota that they want to play.
Step forward, they want the Necrophos and throwing in the Laguna the chamber. The torch there as well, but his name, Daddy Sven, is about forcing Yao on his heel. He runs back into that red sword of doom. And it seems it's destiny for VP to take this game. One of the first times we've seen a team GG out of the main stage before losing a second lane of ranks. LGD just got whopped.
I think VirtusPro did everything correct. They won that bottom lane. 9Pot got way too much in his lane. Of course, Alina got the gangster venom in.
That's also a pretty good pick, I'd say.
I like it. Lots of vision. Lashak has a pretty immobile, especially when he wants to be running around on top of you with his 2 AoE ground spells. Not be able to do that.
Guys, I'm hearing vibes from you that you think we might be seeing VirtusPro continue on the main stage.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, okay. Positivity then surrounding VirtusPro, at least here outside Seattle. It's beautiful. Sun is rising even further into the sky, and we're having a fantastic time. I don't quite understand. Let's go head over to your casters, though, and we'll jump into another game of the Dome.
Lumi in game 1, our panel didn't believe in the Crystal Maiden, didn't stop VP then. Now they pick Chen. Some questions, some heads being scratched. Will it stop them this? time. These guys are the masters of the hero challenge. They seem to win with everything. They did it at the summit. They're busting out not quite different picks every single game, but they're certainly not afraid to pull something out of their back.
It's something that the panel and just send it to heroes like.
Not sure if we'll see him try to snipe it. And more commonly on some of his other more traditional roaming supports, the melee bruisers.
Forgive me as I talk a little bit about the Somnus or maybe Leshrac. They have played it 3 times in this stage, 100% win rate on the hero. Here's the thing, they always play it with a save. Twice with the Oracle, 1 time with the Chronosphere on his ally. And the idea is to allow maybe to just go in and just not worry and just dish out as much damage as possible. Always goes for the Bloodstone first to extend his damage and as well as survivability. This game though, not only does he have to deal with an early game Chandon, but also a ton of burst damage coming out from VirtusPro. It's definitely one of their comfort heroes. I just don't know whether this is the game to do.
And we're gonna see the Venomancer plop down in mid. So no
tower, but it's not gonna be enough. The Nye coming out from Victoria. Still a win here for VP, but not getting the experience from that kill.
Yeah, good at least for now with Pasha. Not farming the jungle, just constantly parked and showing himself top. Seems they're content with slowing Ame down, as opposed to worrying too much about trying to get the kills. No one continues to hold mid. Already 17 CS for him, and now we will see the move. Solo's gonna actually no TP. They don't need to hold any stuns. They might be able to kill him off here. The Time Walk's still on cooldown for 5 seconds time. He does have the boots advantage and reigns around the trees. Not often you see a Shaker get but somehow the stretch Armstrong stun. Time Walking forward, they're gonna need that bash to get this kill. 11 keeps on juking, but Ramsey's cutting him off. The bash finally gets it and drills him. Did not think he would be in range there for the Fire Blast, but just barely clipped him.
I wonder if he would have survived if he just like walked straight home, you know? Like he did do quite a bit of jukes in the jungle, although...
I think probably, yeah.
I mean, Ramsey was doing a very excellent job, like body blocking as he's hitting, walking in front of him, so it would have been tough either way. Good gank here from Solo, and he takes away the rune as well, so very good.
Haste rune grabbed, and you know, something you touched on, these melee bruisers, generally the main hero's snagging runes, and Solo has been doing that. Grabs the haste, he's grabbed 2 bounties, also finding the kills. He got a double damage rune earlier, so constantly pressuring them is...
Oh, they're gonna gank Lil in the jungle.
Taking over this LGD jungle, but it might be an overextension by him. The double stun comes through. Lil does not have a TP scroll either, so maybe running him down. The Edict works its magic, and LGD get back on the board, finally getting a kill here.
Differently, maxes the Gale here as you fire off and there's just so much harass coming in. But looks like the harass will get turned the other direction as the Nyx Assassin rotates in.
Yeah, not a single point in the Plague Wards yet.
Yep. This is a kill build, you know, you go Gale, you get your ult at 6, and then once you land the Gale, you're just gonna get a kill. So much right click damage with the Poison Sting as well. But immediate smoke from LGD from the mid lane after shrining up, I think they're baiting them in. Or perhaps just a bad smoke, it seems.
Looks like no one is rushing the Midas here. Already grabbed big damage dealer through his hero in these upcoming fights. So LGD sensing something's not right. Yao is going to TP out. Pasha was hunting for him, but evades the Scorpion. Gets away to safety. Up. Love to see 11 there, but sadly his...
Mid lane Gale happening again. Victorious pops a spike and just needs to TP out. This mid Veno is so threatening whenever he just lands a Gale on you.
Forcing him out of the lane. Meanwhile, Pasha up top does get hit by the axes. Ame looking for the bash, still not getting it. Will he continue pursuit on...
It's going to put him to level 25 so very quickly. Ame forced to TP out. Burst Strike will be here on time.
Hesitated for just a second. He gets the bash, but another Victoria special coming in with the help of the Pulse Nova. They score the kill. Desperately needed momentum here from LGD.
Smoke Gang coming out this time here from LGD.
It's maybe again. They just keep on trying to punish the Leshrac. Constantly being pursued in the mid lane. Chrono's there with the help of the double damage, and Ramses can probably do the solo Gale coming through. Poison Nova committed 11 there looking for the trade, but Ramses just walks it off. Now Victoria rumbling in, wants to get onto no one here. They're gonna need a stun. He connects on one, but Lil looking to salvage this fight. Follow from Pasha as they engage forward. Ame gonna go down. It's just one to the next here. Ramses jumping in. He is not going to be pushed away by a simple Carapace. Now Solo giving a bit of clubbing action. 11 though, backing away, still has the Echo Slam. He's already used the blink defensively, and then the bash comes through. The fissure from low ground. Dodges away! Ramses pulling out the jukes, breaking ankles as he time walks over the Nyx stun, scores the kill. They just never had that crucial opening for 11 to turn the fight, Lumi. Too chaotic, too much of, 3v1, 2v1.
Yeah, it's just not looking good for LGD right now.
What is the strategy at this point for LGD? Like, how do you see their overall game plan? Are they a 5-man pushing lineup? Are they a turtle farm lineup? Are they trying to sneak a Roshan? Like, what are some of the key points as far as how they get back in the game strategy-wise? They're not actually down really at all in the net worth department, but it does feel like all the momentum is VP's right now.
Right, they're not down, like, economically wise right now, but double Midas is one thing. The heroes that scale so well in VirtusPro is another. But to answer your question, LGD, they are definitely a slowdown and farm. Dodge ganks, get off pickoffs on your own with your Shaker as well as Nyx Assassin. Get that Bloodstone online on the Leshrac. Leshrac with the Bloodstone, once you get going, you get a ton of kills. He can be a big factor in these kind of mid and late game team fights.
Better to have...
Yeah.
Now that said, Leshrac is not the escape artist that many other Bloodstone carriers are, like Storm Spirit, for example.
Right, but and here's the thing, it's something I brought up earlier, and what we just witnessed in the last fight,
right?
That no save. No Oracle in this lineup, as we do see the initiation into the jungle. Nyx Assassin does get off the nice spike against 3, but will go down. And that invites the push on the mid lane. The tower is going to get killed pretty easily.
Low on mana here on Ramses, though, so doesn't seem to matter. He is unfazed as he muscles down the tier 1 mid.
Yep.
The Midas is...
Just with simply the Mask of Madness, as well as Bloodlust, he fights really well. And Chen has also gotten a Frost Ogre creep to put the Frost armor to take away the disadvantage of that Mask of Madness as well. He becomes a kind of a pretty sick carry at this point, just with the help of his allies. Pretty nice.
This siege is risky business for LGD. There is so much counter initiation available for VP. Pasha lurking in the trees with the blink. Epicenter at the ready. Coming in from Pasha. Wants to try and hold the line here.
Is he going to let that channel Epicenter?
Thinking about it. I don't think he can solo kill Baby though at 1800 health. He'll certainly need backup as VP start to posture near the Roshan pit. TP coming in to the south side from that void, and no one gets scouted out here. Actually, Victoria as well. He is forced to carapace the push away from 11. Chronosphere long forward. He catches out 2. They need the follow-up damage. Bring in the Poison Nova. It will start quickly bringing down the Nyx Assassin. Tries for the stun. Down he goes. Decisive play from Ramses there. VP grab 2.
Ramses has a double damage rune. That really made short work of 2 heroes with a chrono. Very nicely done. Just before that kill, I was going to say, look, this is exactly the pacing LGD wants to have. Just a very slow game. You set up a gank with a Shaker, you set up another with a Nyx, and then you just let your Bloodstone Leshrac to be there to soak up all of those kills. But VP answers back very quickly. And we are getting to a point where all of these kind of farming items that VP has purchased is about to, sink in. The Ramses Lincolns is about to be finished, so he will really start to hit hard and start to build damage without worry. The Midas, and of course the Aghanim Scepter I talked about on Chen is very close to being finished. I think VP will give it 5 more minutes or so, and then the pressure is back on.
Yeah, they're definitely going to hit a huge power spike with that round of items that you talked about. And LGD tried to prevent them from getting to that point. They move in with 11, Echo Slam in 1 second. They break the smoke. They find Ramses to start the fight. Huge takedown if they can get it. Get pushed away, but
what a force down!
Pasha almost finishes off 3. Ends up dying, but will bail out his faceless voice. Victoria's low. Brought down. So much poison damage. Also, maybe now getting caught out. They finally commit the Echo.
Force staff again!
Force staff gaming pulls them out again. LGD have to run.
No one playing out of his mind that initial force staff was his, pushing the Void away from a certain depth. That was a perfect chain stun coming out from LGD. I think Victoria perhaps hesitated just a slight second, and again, got just punished for it. The secondary force.
Poison Nova, a fight without Chronosphere, and I would say VP still won that fight.
Yeah, for sure. We're going to watch it one more time. The smoke breaks from, and then they react so quickly. Venomancer pushes them away. Look at the hesitation on Nyx, and then the Sand King comes in. Good thing, I guess, silver lining here is that the Leshrac did die relatively early into the fight, giving the rest of the team a big heal with his Bloodstone. Meanwhile, in the woods here, Solo driving Ya away as a Roshan. Gonna get claimed here by VirtusPro.
VP, the numbers might say they're only slightly ahead, but the momentum has been consistently theirs. At 23 minutes, towers are falling. They went for the greedy double Midas. They've made it work for them as they first ensured that they were winning these lanes before they grabbed it, and now they're their team fight just continues to ramp up heading later into the game. Lil has his Aghanim Scepter online, so those bigger creeps are available to buff up the army, to buff up the 5-man. You've got the Bloodlust.
Tanking. Blinks in mid lane, Burrow Strike. They got the Venom on the back line. 11 in a lot of trouble. No Force Staff to get him out of there. He's going to spend his gold. He thinks he'll die. He's going to farm a little bit more. Buys a recipe before he dies. All right. Not too bad here for Shaker.
You say not too bad, I say another death.
Oh.
LGD constantly on the back foot, and Ramsey's looking for more. Here come the bashes. There goes the kill. Again, VP, every gank is a success. Now they TP in Ramsey's bottom. With the Aegis, he's unafraid, and they can't even take this tower. 3 heroes from VP marshalling the defense. Victoria will grab a bounty run, stalking Pasha, but doesn't really seem like he wants to go for a kill. And who do you go on as an Ix? Lil's got an Aghanim Scepter. The Ogre's naturally extremely tanky. There's just not any easy pickoffs at this stage, Lumi.
I don't. It works. That would also be great.
Big
LGD.
Big opportunity for LGD. They actually wait. They let VP get back to their tower. They see Ramses. They know what's behind him, or at least have an idea of it. They're looking for this flank, but they've been hesitant this game. We saw it earlier with 11 not dropping the Echo immediately. We're even seeing it now where they try to find that perfect opening, and well, they do. Chen going down early in the fight, but at the same time, a 3-hero Burrow. Pasha can come back with the Epi into the Chrono. Still 30 seconds, though, so Ramses won't have it yet. Gets the bashes, scores the kill, Shaker down. LGD now on the run, and this is where things can get ugly as Pasha continues to try to find that opening. Still waiting, gets the Burrow, that's 2, about to be a 3rd, the bashes come through. VP routing LGD. Indecision is the name of the game for them.
They have to be decisive. They have to see the void. They have to go in and kill the void. Fortunately, LGD can't say the same for their own heroes. And it's like you mentioned earlier, you know, it's 1K goal lead, 2K goal lead, but to me this game is, for LGD, they're so far behind.
It's rapidly getting out of hand. And then you just look at some of the matchups heading later. Like, we'll take another look at this fight first, see how it unfolded, where they committed everything for a Chen, got caught by a quick 3-hero Burrow, second time that Pasha has managed to counter-initiate and interrupt LGD. Again, they're fighting in between a Shrine and a Tier 2. And a Tier 1 in the mid lanes. There's so many ways for VP to cut them off and, you know, rejoin this fight, even if they weren't already in position. And you can just see the patience of Pasha, waiting not just for that first kill or the second kill, but looking for the follow-ups as well. But back to the action where Victoria is in the back lines as they have caught out Old 11 in the trees. Pasha pursuing him out. The Shaker's in danger.
Oh, he's gone.
Tries to make it away, but where are you going? Where are you going, my friend? Echo Slam available. The Burrow comes through. They're kiting him. They control him nicely, and they score another kill. And now Triceratops coming into play as the Ancient Thunderhides also join the squad. VP on the warpath. No signs of a slowdown.
Yeah, they're going to just group up and look to finish the game. What is your defense, LGD? Shaker dead for 30 seconds, does have Echo Slam, but 30 seconds with this Void hitting your buildings. Burrow Strike coming through on the backline. They see Yao. Yao's gone.
This Void is massive with not only the Mask of Madness, the Bloodlust, he's also got the Frenzy from the Ancient Thunderhides, making him hit like a truck right now as he chews through the Mailer X. It feels like Ramses is already into the late game. How can LGD answer? Their base is crumbling. VP take one lane. They're looking for the second.
They could go mid. Are they going to give them the respect to the Shaker?
Back away here. Will Victoria try to pursue? Oh, that looks like they get out safely, at least for now. As a team, they stagger back.
Oh, they see maybe.
Looking for the flank, gets caught out. He's forced to throw that. Yule's out defensively.
No.
Decent stuff from the Knicks. They need the Echo Slam, though. They need the Shaker, and he's in the base. Why is maybe out so far? LGD are not playing as a team. It's what got them to this point. But it won't get them any further because they're dying one by one. Now 11's turn. Caught out by Ramses. Getting pummeled by the Hammerhead Sharkman and chases forward on the Yao. They keep on spamming the chat wheel, charging after buildings. VP, head full of steam. Second lane of Brax is theirs. The series is theirs. They have slain LGD.
They made it look easy. This time, you know, they got off the fast start as they always do, and then scaled it back. Patience with double Midas. And then as soon as they got enough items for that push, the game was over.
I think as we look at VP and where they might go in this tournament, Lumi, we can't question their drafts anymore. They made the Crystal Maiden work. they made the Chen work, and they didn't just happen to win with those heroes. Those heroes were integral in the strategy in both games.
Now, before we give too much credit to VirtusPro, I felt like LGD didn't respond well. You know, Pano says we need to speed up the game. We need to make sure that we don't get run over, but they just got ran over.
They absolutely did. We'll see the team shaking hands here now. So, of course, LGD not out of it yet. They're going to drop down to the lower bracket, and they'll have a shot in the BO3s there, but VP feeling it now. They've definitely had a strong cheering section behind the Russian commentators, and I have to say, Palat, he was on his feet. He was really excited for that performance. So, VP now, the last Western hope in the upper bracket, but still tons of stiff competition ahead. And LFY perhaps will have a shot to avenge their brothers from LGD.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about Western hope. This is supposed to be the odd year where you know, a Western Dota team is going to win TI, but right now, 3 teams from China in the upper bracket. How do you feel about the chances of West versus East?
I mean, I think all of these teams have their own unique styles and way of playing. I mean, fully defined style where they like to go for 5-man. You can see all smiles, all giggles as they regroup with the manager.
Yeah. Guaranteed top 6 for VirtusPro.
Guaranteed top 6, guaranteed $1 million in the bank. What a fantastic performance. So, how do you rate VP now? We've seen all the upper bracket matches. Are they the top team coming into those final 4 in the top half?
I think they're the most dangerous team. They're very unpredictable, and when it comes to the draft, they don't make a lot of mistakes. You know, there were some instances where they died behind a tower. It's like, oh, this is the OCIS. But the OCIS, you know, they make mistakes under the tower, and then they throw away their lead, but they don't make any mistakes. They go in under a tower, they kill you under a tower, and they just make you look silly.
And then they calmly begin to take their next objective. Yeah. You know, like, as much as the stereotype for CIS Dota, a little bit for Southeast Asian Dota historically was, oh, they just, like,